What we will do, we will create a vertical bar chart, then a pie chart, a line chart, and the last one will be a line chart with markers, okay? Then we will insert them in a table like this one. What is already done? The base code to create a PDF. To learn more about this code, please check the previous videos. You will find in the description of this video links for those videos, okay? What code we will do? We will create 4 functions, one for each chart. One for vertical bar chart, another for the pie chart, another for the line chart, and finally the line chart with markers. Also, we will create the code for the table where these charts will be. Before doing the code, a warning. At the time of this recording, some modules that you will see here are not fully implemented yet. They may have some experimental features, okay? The ReportLab version that I am using is 3.5.32. So let's do this. The first thing that we will do is import drawing from reportlab.graphics.shapes, and also we need to from reportlab.graphics.charts.barcharts we want to import a vertical bar chart. With this import we can start doing our vertical bar chart. Let's go a little down so we can see our function, and let me expand these and get some more space for our function. This is the data that we will use in our chart, is a list of tuples, okay? And we start by declaring a chart that is equals to vertical bar chart. Then we say that the chart dot data is equals to data. Also, we want to declare a drawing that is equals to a drawing with a width of 240 and a height of 120. After this, we have to add the chart to the drawing. So, drawing dot add our chart, and at the end of this function we want to return the drawing. This is the most simple chart that we can do, and we can add other properties, but because we want to see something in the PDF, let's go a little up and let's minimize these, and we go here to this area of the code and we will create a table where we will insert this chart, okay? We declare a table that is equals to table. Each cell will have a width of 270 and a height of 150. Let's go here and declare a bar chart that is equals to get vertical bar chart. Let's add the bar chart to the table, and because at the end we will have 4 charts in the table, we will repeat this one, so we will have 2 rows and 2 columns, okay? But at the end of the video we will have here a pie chart, and here a line chart, and here a line chart with markers, okay? It's just for us to see something now, okay? And let's go a little down because we cannot forget that we have to lms.append our table, okay? Another important step that we need to do is we need to import the table. Let's go up to the imports part, and here let's give some space, and we import table from reportlab.platypus, okay? Also, and by the way, we want to import colors from reportlab.lib. We are not using colors yet, but we will need for the style of the table and the style of the charts, okay? After running the code, it will generate this PDF, okay? Now let's add here a grid so we can start positioning the elements. Let's go here and table dot set style, and we provide inner grid with the color black and a thickness of 1. We add these, and now we have these. By the way, let's set the vertical alignment to the center and the alignment to the center. We add these, and now we have these. I don't know if you notice here, but the chart have a missing bar here. Now we will edit some properties of the chart, okay? The value that is not appearing is this one, okay? I don't know if this is a bug or if it is because the value is too small compared to the others, okay? So let's make the value appear, and we go here and we say chart dot value value axis dot value mean is equals to 0. As you may guess, if we have a mean, we have a max, and it will be equals to 25. Also, we want to set the value step to be equals to 5. We add these, and now we have these. As you can see, our bar is now here. Also, we can set the starting position of our chart, and we can define the height and the width. We add these, and now we have these. Now let's draw here a line so we can see the borders of the chart, and also let's set the background of the chart to be yellow. To set the line, we change the stroke color to be black, and to change the background we set the fill color to be yellow. We add these. And now we have these. By the way, if you notice here, we have these groups. This is a group, this is another group, and this is another. Let's remove this space here. So we set the chart dot group spacing to be equals to 0. We add this, and now we have this. The space between groups disappeared. Now let's add some names here in the bottom. To add the names in the bottom, we type chart dot category axis category names, and we provide a list with the names. We add these, and now we have this. As you can see, we have here the names. Also, let's add a title to the chart. So we can type chart dot title equals to something, but unfortunately this property is not implemented yet. If you go to the official documentation, this property will exist, but it is not implemented yet. Okay, so we must have a workaround for this. So let me erase these. We declare a title that is equals to a string. The starting position for x will be 50. The starting position for y will be 110. The text will be vertical bar chart, and the font size is equals to 14. Also, we want to go here to the drawing and type drawing dot add the title. Next and very important thing here is we need to import the string. So we go up to the imports part, and here we import string from ReportLab.graphics.shapes. Finally, we add these, and now we have these. Now let's go to the pie chart. As always, we need to import something. So from ReportLab.graphics.charts.pie charts, we want to import pi. Then we can create the object chart is equals to pi. Also, we can set the data and the starting position. By the way, let's give a title. Now we need to add these to the drawing. So we go here and drawing dot add the title, and also drawing add our chart. The final step for us to see the chart in the PDF is we go down, and here we have to declare a pie chart that is equals to get pie chart. Then we add the chart in the table like this. Since you already got the idea, we define a line chart that is equals to get line chart, and a line chart markers that is equals to get line chart with markers. And we add the line chart and we add the line chart markers to the table. We add these, and now we have these. Let's add some labels to the chart. We just need to set the chart.labels equals to a list with labels. So we add these, and now we have these. As you can see, we have here the labels. Let's add some lines that will make us distinguish where the labels come from. For that, we need to set the chart.side labels equals to true. We add these, and now we have these. Now let's change the color of the smaller slice and pop out the slice. To set the color to the slice, we type chart dot slices at index 0, it's the first slice, dot fill color is equals to colors dot red. To pop out the slice, we need to chart dot slices pop out equals to 8, the number of pixels that it will pop out. This is before and this is after. As you can see, change the color and it's popped out. Now let's add a legend here to the right side of the chart. To create a legend, we declare a legend that is equals to legend. Also, let's set the position of the legend. It will be 184x and 84y. We want to set the legend dot alignment equals to right, and to connect the legend with the chart, we need to set the legend dot color name pairs equals to auto, where the object is equals to our chart. After this, we need to add the legend to our drawing. So we go down, and here we go here, and drawing, add the legend. One final thing for this to work is we need to import the legend and also the auto. So we go up, and here we can type from reportlab.graphics.charts.legends. We want to import a legend. For the auto, we import auto from reportlab.lib.validators. And this is before and this is after. As you can see, we have here a legend. Now let's go to the line chart. So the first thing that we will do is from reportlab.graphics.charts.line-charts, we want to import a horizontal line chart. Let's go a little down, and we create a chart that is equals to horizontal line chart. We set the data, and we set the starting position and the size. Also, we set a category names equals to ABC, our labels, and we will have a title. We have to go a little down, and we want to add title and the chart to the drawing. So drawing.add title and drawing.add chart. We have these, and after running the code we got these. Now let's fix these axes, okay, because it starts at number 2. So we set the value min to be equals to 0 and the value max to be equals to 10. Also the step will be 2. We add these, and now we have these. Let's change the color of the lines and also the thickness of the lines. As you may guess, the chart have lines, and we can access the first one and set the stroke width to be equals to 3.5. For the second one, we set the stroke width to be equals to 1. Also, we can change the stroke color to be equals to colors.pink. We add these, and after running the code, we got these. Now let's do the line chart with markers. As always, from reportlab.graphics.charts.lineplots, we want to import a line plot. Also, from reportlab.graphics.widgets.markers, we want to import the function makeMarker. Let's go a little down, and here in the function getLineChart with markers, we create a new line plot, and also we want to set the data, set the position, and set the size. So our chart will appear here, as you can see. Let's change the background color. So we set the chart fill color to be equals to colors.yellow-green. We add these, and now we have these. Let's change the thickness of the lines and the color of the lines. So we set the stroke width of the first line to be 3.5, the stroke width of the second line to be 1, and the stroke color of the first line to be brown. We add these, and now we got these. Next, let's change the value min and value max of the axis at x and axis at y. In order to change the value of the axis at x, we type chart.xValueAxis.valueMin equals to 1. For the maximum value is the same thing for the y-axis. Instead of xValueAxis is yValueAxis. We add these, and now we have these, and the final part is adding the markers. To make the markers, we type chart.lines, we access the first line dot symbol, is equals to the function makeMarker, and we provide the string diamond. Also, we want to set the symbol fill color to be equals to colors.pink. For the second line, we do the same thing. We can provide the type of the symbol. It will be a triangle, and also we can provide the parameter fill color to be red. So here you see two ways to do the same thing. We add this, and now we have this. Let me zoom in, and as you can see, we have here triangles, and here we have diamonds. You may be wondering how to get the diamond and the triangle string. Where I got these? Well, the official documentation doesn't have much information about these strings, so let me go a little up so we can see the imports. And if you are watching this video, I assume that you have ReportLab installed on your machine. So you go to your Python installation folder, then you open the folder lib, then the folder site-packages, and then we open the folder ReportLab, the folder graphics, the folder widgets, and there you will have a file markers.py. This file, okay, if you open, you will see a file like this. And let's go down. We have here a class marker, okay, and as you can see, we have here the values. We have here the diamond, we have the circle, we have the hexagon, and we have so many other values. Okay, so you can see here how to use other symbols. Okay, also we have here the function makeMarker, and we have here a if, and then we have elif. It is searching for a string that ends with underscore flag, and we have here flag. And if we go up, and here it's importing flag from the file flags, this file. And inside of this file we can go down, and we have here something. We have the flags of some countries, and I tried this one from my country, but unfortunately it is not finished yet, so we will use the European Union. So let's try, and we comment this one, and we set the EU underscore flag. Let's see what this does. We add these, and now we have these. Let me zoom, and as you can see, we have here the European Union flag. This is the end. As always, you can download the source code, the link is in the description. You can see the links for the previous videos also. If you find the video helpful, please give it a like and share with your friends. If you have some suggestions for new videos, please leave a comment with that. And as always, thank you for watching.